Recording in progress.
I welcome you, everyone, to this beautiful Holy Capricorn Full Moon day, night, video, ritual, ceremony. I welcome you, everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you one question. Where in your life are you trying to hold everything together? Come on, you know that you are, while secretly feeling that something inside wants to change. Yes, perhaps you built a successful career. Perhaps you've carried everyone else. Many of us do, have done that. Perhaps you've been doing all the right things, yet something feels out of alignment. If you've been sensing that outer life no longer reflects your inner truth, this Capricorn full moon arrives as an invitation, not to build more, but to build from a place of greater coherence, a greater stability. This video is not simply something about astrology. It is about discovering the inner architecture that supports a meaningful life, your meaningful life. Capricorn teaches us that true strength isn't rigid. It is stable because it is aligned. And when our emotional life, our thoughts, our actions, and our deeper purpose begin working together, life becomes far less exhausting. So we'll explore this full moon through archetypes and symbolism and reflection and a simple embodiment practice that helps us become the architect, the builder of our own lives. So take a slow breath, breathing in, letting it out, and allow yourself to arrive. Let's begin. Let us begin. The theme of this Capricorn full moon ritual is I build with integrity. I love with coherence, and I embody my truth in sacred form. You might ask why this is the theme for this moon. I build integrity, reflects Capricorn's Saturnian influence and structure and discipline and divine scaffolding. I love with coherence. This reflects Cancer's polarity. Yes, the emotional nurturing, the heart-filled resonance, and relational harmony. I embody my truth in sacred form. This reflects soul self, infinite divine creator, that which is monad, spiral, the journey, returning to form. You, the architect of your life, the builder, becoming the temple. Yes, this theme is aligned affirmation of your journey from inner structure to outer embodiment, from emotional fragments to sacred wholeness. Yes. Our beautiful invocation for this entry into this ritual. I invoke the architect of my soul. I enter this sacred space with humility and strength. May the wisdom of Saturn guide my structure, and the light of the moon soften my heart, and the fire of Mars ignite my will, and the breath of Mercury align my mind with my truth. I am ready to build, to feel, to act, and to know. Let the spiral journey unfold. So be it. The astrology and the archetypes for this moon, you see this beautiful, if you're watching this, the sigil here with the different archetypes depicted here for this Capricorn moon? Have you ever felt like you're carrying the weight of your responsibilities? Yet, no matter how hard you work, something still feels unfinished. This primary archetype, the architect, the builder, this is the archetype of structure and mastery and divine scaffolding. You know what a scaffold is? You see people, they build a scaffold when they're maybe going to paint or do some work on a building, and or well, you've seen that maybe scaffolding where they have to build a structure that lifts you up to a place where you can identify, focus on what you're working on. That's what a scaffolding does. It lifts you up to that place of focus where you can actually address something that you're interested in, focused on, that you want to work on. Yeah. So this is the archetype here. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. That's the planet of form and discipline and karmic resonance. Some of us think karma is something bad, but really karmic resonance is something that follows you through, sometimes lifetime to lifetime, sometimes within the journey that you're on, maybe experiences that you've had, and maybe you're not done with something, so that karma comes back around, it cycles, spirals back around. That's called recursion, to where you are so that you can address it on that higher level. Like you've already addressed it and you thought you were done with it maybe, but then it comes back around and it's on that scaffolding where you can look at it more clearly. Yes. A full moon here, this amplifies the architect, the builders, this archetype's function, which is to stabilize and to build and to hold sacred structure. Your life is sacred. Your journey is sacred. So the structure that surrounds your world, your expression, your life is a sacred structure. You're always building it, that sacred structure. It is underlying like a foundation, and it is something that you build up as well. It asks what in your life is ready to be built with integrity, and what scaffolding is ready to be dismantled. Maybe something needs to be dismantled, taken apart. You don't have to blow it up, but take it apart, unweave it, untie it possibly. That's what that's asking right now. The moon, Isis, you see here? Isis, remember the goddess Isis in Egyptian pantheon? As the moon reaches fullness, the feminine power of Isis remembers Osiris, integrating scattered and disharmonious energies into harmony. You might remember the story. His body was scattered throughout the universe, and she searched for him to put him back together. So integrating scattered and disharmonious energies into harmony. That's us too. This full moon in Capricorn brings emotional maturity to your structures. And that part about integrity, that's authenticity. And Saturn, called Chronos, sometimes Chronos is called time. Saturn represents both karmic debt and the ego structure. It is the narrow gateway through which you reach your higher self, your expanded self. This full moon asks you to face your fears and limitations with humility and transforming them into foundations of growth. You know, unless you face them with humility, the fears and the limitation, there is not the opportunity for transformation, and which builds the foundations of growth. And I have learned that sometimes these karmic debts, these things that maybe something you did and something maybe you weren't proud of, or you thought, gosh, I could have done that better. Maybe I could have been more caring, more loving, maybe more clear, maybe have more integrity. That's what this is about. And when it comes back around, it's another opportunity on that higher level of where you've already dealt, just the acknowledgement of like, gosh, I could have done that better. Gosh, that is all that your higher self and the infinite divine source, the great I am, is asking of us. Is that we acknowledge where we are, what it is, and then from that place we don't have to like go through over and over, oh, the pain, the trauma. What is that? What did I do? I'm a bad person. No. The acknowledgement and the awareness, that's the transformation point, folks. Yes, it is. The foundation of growth. So now the larval Mars, the desire to focus effectively on what you want to achieve. In Capricorn, this Mars energy is disciplined and very strategic, not impulsive, but enduring. I mean, sometimes being impulsive or even intuitive impulsive, it's okay. But here, Mars energy, this archetype, is ready to be focused and strategic, disciplined, like have a plan. Know where you're going and what you want to accomplish and what you want to achieve. And then there's this larval, right? That's the beginnings of Mercury, the desire to function as totally connected being, able to communicate, analyze, and observe with coherence, balance, clarity. Yes, you can almost hear it. This full moon challenges the arrogant mind to meet the heart. Look, the arrogant mind is not in the heart space of divine love. Communication. Beautiful imagery we have here. This is our Capricorn full moon sigil. The element is earth. This is a cardinal sign, Capricorn. Governs ambition and responsibility, tradition, and the spine, right? Your spine, the spine. Do you think of the spine of a book, right? That's what, folds open and it holds everything together. Your spine and your body. This full moon grounds your emotional body in structure. Your spine is structural. We see here a central spiral. This is the infinite divine, all that is, returning to form. This is the journey of the infinite divine, your original divine spark. You are infinitely divine. You are the infinite divine, all that is, the great I am. In origin, that's your original divine spark. The spark, right? Of your essence, your coherence, your beingness. Returning to physical form. That's you right now in the physical body. That's me in this physical body. My original divine spark has returned to physical form. Infinite divine being that I am. Not disconnected from divine source, all that is. It shows a path of consciousness spiraling back, moving through down into matter, into our bodies. You could say down, I guess. Bringing your true self into embodiment. The two crescent moons that you see here, that's Isis and Osiris. These represent the divine feminine, Isis, and the divine masculine, Osiris, principles. Together, they symbolize Isis is the power of memory and healing and the remembering fragmented parts of the soul. You like that word, remember? 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 Separate, remembering. That means you're bringing back into wholeness the fragments that were somehow separated, the parts of the soul into the whole. And Osiris, this is the process of death and dismemberment and resurrection. Death, dismemberment, and resurrection, the cycle of transformation. You ever think about having an experience? It might have been an aha moment. Maybe it was in a relationship. Maybe it was just one. Maybe it was a traumatic experience. It could have been something that a health issue, whatever it may have been. But it goes through a cycle, a process, especially in our consciousness, a process of death, where it dies and then it is dismembered. It is kind of like it fell apart, and then it is resurrected, brought back together, remembered in the cycle of transformation. I know why that happened. I know. Oh, yeah. It seemed like a horrible experience, but if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't know what I know now. I wouldn't do I wouldn't be where I am now. And this is such a better place. If it's not a better place, there may be some more to learn. Maybe something that you're not recognizing or identifying. The union of the two, the moon, show the balance of polarities, the masculine and the feminine, the sacred marriage of light and shadow, seeing through the dark. You see the caduceus in the center there, where we see it in health images. Doctors use it. It's been around for a long time. This is a symbol of healing and balance and the awakening of the life force, the kundalini, rising. In this glyph, it represents spinal activation, the rising of energy through your chakras. Whoa. Can you have spinal activation through the chakras in this moon? Yes, that's what it's saying. Integration. This is the merging of opposites, the masculine and feminine, the light and dark, into wholeness, coherence, a balanced vibration, not separate, but whole, a unity. Communication. This caduceus is also linked to Mercury, the planet of thought and connection. Think about that. The triangle you see at the base here, that's the Saturnian structure. The triangle represents Saturn, which is chronos or time as well. The ruler of Capricorn, it symbolizes structure and discipline, the foundation of your emotional and spiritual growth. Foundational. Time and karma, the lessons and boundaries that shape your path. How you view them. Sometimes you aren't, sometimes you need time or awareness or consciousness to go through an experience and then realize, oh, that's what it brought to me. That's what it gave me. And when you realize that, it's like, your consciousness expands, even your body changes, your aura, everything moves bigger, out, further, and more complexly. And so does Infinite divine being, monad, source. 2, expands with your awareness of consciousness. Integrity, building your life on a strong, solid, balanced, authentic base. You know, when people say, oh, that, you know, when they talk about someone of high integrity, yeah, kind of have it together. The diamond that you see here, crystalline stability. This is the diamond that sits atop the triangle, the structure showing the result of Saturn's pressure. Diamonds are created under pressure. Transformation into crystalline clarity. This represents unbreakable balance, vibration, coherence, yours, your emotional and spiritual field becoming stable and radiant. Inner light, the diamond reflects your true essence. Look at the many facets on that diamond. Diamonds shine and they are cut in a specific way that they capture the light and shine it out. The cut is crucial for a diamond. It is crucial for you as well. The diamond reflects your true essence. It is refined through challenge. You could say trauma experience through challenge. When you go through an experience, happy, sad, challenging, painful, whatever, it is a challenge. And mastery, the diamond is a symbol of mastery and divine embodiment. Look how stable and secure it looks. The colors we see, that deep indigo blue, intuition, spiritual insight, and your third eye. The silver is that our lunar moon energy. It's a reflection. It's the feminine principle. Silver. Obsidian, that's that black color, grounding, protection, shadow integration. You know, the stone obsidian or black tourmaline, those are very grounding stones to have near you or carry with you. And they're very protective. Yeah, they are. Subtle gold accents in this image, this sigil, that's divine light. Higher consciousness. It's also sacred geometry. Everything is geometry in our world. This sigil, this glyph, is a mirror field key. It is a mirror field key. All right, mirror, right? You know what a mirror is? And it's a field key. A key is something that you unlock with. A visual mantra that helps you stabilize your field and integrate your archetypes and embody your truth in sacred form during this Capricorn full moon. And that's why it's really, I say it's fun, but it's beneficial and helpful to know your astrological natal birth chart. Like, what signs were you born under in this moon? Where is Capricorn in your chart? Where is Mars in your chart? And Mercury, these archetypes here that we have, where are they? Where do they fall? That's where the moon readings are really powerful and helpful. This is primary and secondary archetypes. This shows many of them here again. The Capricorn full moon. We have Cancer, which is a water element, also a cardinal sign. The opposite sign from Capricorn, Cancer, rules the moon and the emotional tides. And the full moon in Capricorn creates a polarity. That's why we have Osiris, Isis and Osiris here. Creating this polarity with Cancer balancing emotional nurturing with disciplined action. Emotional nurturing, that would be the feminine principle, with disciplined action, that would be our masculine principle. And Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. Saturn is the planet of time and karma, we said, and boundaries. Boundaries. Where do your boundaries stand? Do you create boundaries for yourself? Do you hold other people to boundaries when it affects you? It's appropriate to hold boundaries in your workplace, with your country, in your relationships, in your family, and with yourself as well. Boundaries. Its influence during this full moon emphasizes maturity and patience and the building of lasting legacies. You think about it might be maybe it's a musician or creator or artist of some type who has created a body of work, whether it's songs or artwork, and what they have created in their body of work is a lasting legacy because we still experience it. They live through their physical manifestations and creativity, that which they created while they were here. And you say, "Oh, well, I'm not an artist. Well, I can't sing. I'm not a musician." Oh, well, are you a builder? Maybe you're an architect. Maybe you're a carpenter. Right. Maybe you are, maybe your life is your family. There isn't anything that you are not building a lasting legacy for or to in your life, no matter who you are and what you do. There is nothing that is less than or less important in the fabric of the infinite divine. The unity of all is one. The contribution that you are making to the whole, whether you're a famous person or not, doesn't matter. Only matters in our world whether someone's famous or not. Doesn't matter to an infinite divine creator. All is contributing. All is contribution. All is expansion. All is experience. You are just as important as anybody else. In fact, you are the only one that exists. Yeah, I said that. You are the only one that exists because everything that you live in your life comes from your point of view and your perspective, meaning that you are the primary in your world. That's why people, that's why people say to other people, "You're not the only one that exists here." You're not the only one that's important, but people act from that place of, because how can someone act from someone else's perspective or existence? You can't. You can try. You can have a compassion and empathy. You can walk in someone else's shoes to try and feel what other people are feeling or have experienced. I mean, I think of the homeless when I see them on the streets or wherever. And then you see some of the stories of what people have gone through, the pain they have experienced that has brought them to that place. We are all brought to a place, right, where we are now. But where do you want to go? Is the question. So the moon rules personal reactions and emotional waves. Think about the moon rules the tides coming in and out on our earth that are so important. The tides, the ruling the waves of a woman that bleeds every month. That too is a wave that is ruled by the lunar energy. In Capricorn, the moon's emotional sensitivity is channeled through structure and discipline. So now we're taking that emotion, instead of it not having a container to live in, to express in, to focus, it is now channeled through structure and discipline because of this relationship with the Capricorn archetype. Now, the other relational aspects, this is what resonance astrology is. It's the relational, vibrational expression. The full moon creates a field of harmonic tension between emotional memory, which is Cancer, and structural mastery, which is Capricorn. The emotional integration, the moon in Capricorn invites you to integrate your emotional fragments. Think of Osiris and the dismembering that happened into a coherent whole, the remembering. This is the work of Isis, remembering Osiris and reintegrating scattered powers into harmony. Look, you may have heard, or someone might have said something to you. Look, you're just scattered. You're all over the place. And sometimes when you're all over the place, you're not as powerful because your powers are scattered, right? They're everywhere. There isn't a harmony in the synchronicity that is weaving your structure of your life. So the karmic ties, which is Saturn's influence, means that this moon regulates the flow of karmic tides into your life. The experiences. Oh, think not that what you do, think, or say, or feel affects not your life. That's karma. It does. It specifies what this Saturn influence in the full moon regulates the flow of karmic tides in your life, specifies what they affect, and asks you to build new habits of integrity. That's where we say, I could have done it better. Oh, I shouldn't have yelled at the guy in the car. Who knows where that guy was coming from? Are you safe? Yeah, you're okay. Well, then let it go. That's what I say. I experience it too. The heart and mind alignment, this is that larval, the beginning of Mercury emerges, challenging the mind to meet the heart. How do you bring your mind into your heart? The mind does not feel, it thinks. This full moon is a critical point where the too easily arrogant mind comes face to face with love. And when it does, it is stilled, right? It stops. It becomes still. It listens. It feels. It embodies. So embodiment, this is the larval, the beginning of the moon emerges, signifying the desire to have embodiment. That is taking it into your body and it becoming a part of you, a vehicle through which you can manifest. This full moon supports the grounding of your spiritual gifts into tangible form. Maybe you're a healer. Maybe you're an empath. Maybe you're psychic. Maybe you have an ability to bring people together. I don't know. There's all sorts of gifts, right? There's many spiritual gifts. So your invitation with this full moon in Capricorn it's a stabilizing portal. It invites you to anchor your vision in structure and discipline. Integrate emotional fragments into a coherent, stabilizing, balanced mirror, reflecting. Transform karmic patterns into foundations of growth. Ask yourself, instead of just bemoaning another, oh, this person did this to me, I'm going to get them. Oh, you get them, you get yourself. It's like pointing the finger, right? All the rest of the fingers are pointing back at you. Ask yourself. It may be hard at first, and you'll get there, though. What can I learn from this? Oh, it's so hard for me right now. What can I learn from this? What is it trying to show me, teach me? Because you know what? You created this dynamic before you even came into physical form. You said, oh, let's work on this. Yeah, I want to work on this. I'm excited to work on this. Oh, and I choose. Oh, yeah. And then you chose another soul and they chose you. They said, okay, yeah, I'll do that with you. It could be a relationship. It could be a family member. It could be someone you work with. Who knows? It could be a stranger. Transforming karmic patterns into foundations of growth and embody your spiritual gifts in a way that serves the field, your field, and humanity and all life. The greatest vibration, they say, is service. Everything we've explored so far has been understanding, but wisdom becomes real only when it is embodied. So let's move from learning into experience. Embodiment. This is an activation sequence for this Capricorn full moon. It is a stabilizing ritual to help you anchor your vision, integrate emotional fragments, and transform karmic patterns. And embody your spiritual gifts, everything we talked about, right? This activation sequence is a stabilizing ritual to help you align with this Capricorn full moon's energy of structure and mastery and embodiment. So let us begin. Our intention is to acknowledge and release karmic debt and ego structures that no longer serve you, your higher self. I am the architect of my destiny, the builder of my destiny. I build with integrity. I love with coherence, balance. I embody my truth in sacred form. So be it. So find a place, sit still. Hopefully you're not driving, maybe pull over. Visualize a scaffolding around you, a structure of steps and ladders and places that you could stand or sit. All this scaffolding, the structure around you, is representing your fears, your restrictions, and your limitations. Look, it's the stuff that you don't want anyway. They're not real. Limitations are not real because you're an infinite divine being. Fear is not real. Mostly people fear something that hasn't happened because it hasn't happened. It's not real. It's not, fear is non-existent until you allow it to, until you embody it, until you allow it to fill your thoughts and body and emotions. Restrictions, mostly self-imposed. So breathe into the scaffolding. Allow it to soften and dissolve where it constricts your growth. Where? Do you see does something stand out? Maybe there's something a fear that you just hasn't happened yet. So allow it to soften and dissolve. Does this a limitation that you have thought? Does it constrict your growth? Is it true? Did someone else put it on you? Allow it to soften. Allow it to dissolve. Affirm. I release all structures that do not serve my integrity. I build new foundations of growth with humility and patience. So be it. This moon is completing its cycle in 29.5 days, approximately 28 days, regulates the flow of Saturn's karmic tides. And as you move through this lunar phase and the lunar phases, observe what in your daily life begins to shift and dissolve or become less relevant to you. Sometimes stuff just like, that used to have a lot of energy on it or a charge, they say. But now you just don't, it's like, you're not feeling it anymore. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's, I don't know, something that you own or have around you. Observe what it is. And let The moon phases carry the release naturally. Do not force it. Let it carry this release naturally, refining your integrity through a conscious letting go. The moon, this is the second part of this embodiment. This is the emotion. Okay, that was the first one we just did was the Saturn session. That was the structure and discipline. Now this is the number two part of it is the moon session. This is emotional embodiment. Your intention, our intention is to integrate emotional fragments into a coherent, cohesive, balanced mirror, reflecting, right? Mirror. You're always reflecting. People are always reflecting to you. Remembering Isis and Osiris. So, placing your hands over your heart and your solar plexus. That's your belly, your heart and your belly. I don't care which hand you used. It doesn't matter. So maybe you're naturally doing this. Maybe you're naturally kind of rocking side to side. Allow it to happen. Maybe it turns into a spiral or a weaving. But allow yourself to rock side to side. Feel that it's almost like being rocked as a baby because you remember that into your body, allowing your emotional body to stabilize in your physical form. So as you rock side by side, or two sides, side to side, allow yourself to remember this. Visualize a mirror forming in your chest. Got it? So reflecting your true self without distortion, right? It's a clear mirror in the center of your chest, reflecting who you really are, your true self. Have you ever said, that's not who I am? Well, now you don't have to say that because now you have this mirror in your chest reflecting who you are without distortion, without cloudiness, without fractures. So visualize a mirror forming in your chest, reflecting your true self, and you affirm, I integrate all parts of my emotional field. I am a shining mirror of my true self. Let me say that again. You say I integrate all parts of my emotional field. I am a shining mirror of my true self. Yes, yes, yes. Doesn't that feel good? Look, doesn't matter what other people think. You are your true self. Even if look, reflect who you truly are. Be honest. That's integrity. All right, so now we move to the Mars session. This is the focused action portion. Our intention is to focus desire effectively on what you want to achieve with discipline and strategy. Let me say that again. Your intention is to focus your desire effectively on what you want to achieve with discipline and strategy. Wow, that's clear, isn't it? Who doesn't want to do that? There's no fluff. There's no, meandering. It's like, oh, this is what I desire. This is what I want. Effectively means that there's nothing that is swaying, bumping it off the road, right? It's what you want to achieve with discipline and strategy. Look, when you drive a car down the street, you need discipline to keep it on in your lane. That's discipline and strategy of I have got to go over here to go there, right? I have to direct my car here to go over there. That's a strategy. That's discipline and strategy. All right, so our practice is you can stand or you can sit where you are with your spine very straight. So that's not leaning back in your chair. That's not slumping. Just sit forward. Let your spine carry the weight of your body, right? Your head is balanced above on your spine, above your hips. There's that balanced line. Visualize a golden arrow of intention in your belly, in your solar plexus chakra, pointing toward your highest goal, right? There's that golden arrow and it's pointing towards your highest goal. This is where your soul, this chakra, the solar plexus, the will to do, this is where you point. This is Mars creating the action and direction to go where you want to go. This arrow, visualize it. The arrow of your intention in your solar plexus, pointing towards your highest goal. And breathe in. Draw energy up through your spine and breathe out through that arrow out of the belly of your belly, that chakra, with focused will, the power, the will to do. Got it? Breathing in from the earth, draw that energy up. Breathing in, up through your spine, to your belly, breathe out. That directing that arrow with focused will. And you affirm in that breath, I focus my will with integrity. I move forward with patience and precision. Again, I say, I focus my will with integrity. My will to do. I move forward with patience and precision. Oh, did I say patience? Sometimes we're patient. We're impatient. I want to be there. I want to have it. I don't want to be where I am now. Oh, but think about all the experience, the wisdom, the love, maybe connections, and what your higher self is experiencing. This is what you know how you expand how you are become enlightened, and you increase your awareness and your expansion of who you are, your soul. It's not by getting there, it's not by the being there, it is by getting there, right? It's the journey of it and all experiences that you have along the way. That's where patience comes in. Precision as well. Focus. I focus my will with integrity. I move forward with patience and precision. So now we move to the fourth session. This is Mercury. This is the heart-mind alignment, right? The heart, your heart and the mind alignment. Your intention is to bring the conscious mind into alignment with the heart, dissolving arrogance, could be ego, and fostering coherence or balance, synchronicity, alignment. So bringing your conscious mind into alignment with the heart, your heart, dissolving arrogance, ego, and fostering balance and coherence and alignment, resonance. So the practice, place one hand on your forehead and the other hand on your heart, right? On your heart. Breathe slowly, allowing your mind to soften. Ooh, I'm kind of weaving again. Allow your mind to soften. You can almost feel it like it's dropping down into your heart, allowing it to resonate between this. There's a vibration that is resonating between your heart and your mind now, allowing your heart to receive your mind. You're not thinking about it. I think R.J. Spina has a practice of dropping the mind into the heart, thinking no more, and affirm. Do you feel that softening? My mind serves my heart. I communicate and observe with coherence and love. My mind serves my heart. I communicate and observe with coherence and love. My mind serves my heart. I communicate and observe with coherence and love. You might want to dwell on that one for a while. Does your mind serve your heart? If it doesn't, the mind, is it serving your ego? Is it serving something outside of yourself? Think on those things. So now we move to the last one in this embodiment practice is integration and embodiment. So our intention is to embody, to embody your spiritual gifts in tangible form, becoming a vehicle for manifestation. I'm going to repeat that. Our intention is to embody our spiritual gifts in a tangible form, right? Physical form. See it, taste it, hear it, experience it. Becoming a vehicle for manifestation, bringing it into reality, making things happen. I love that term vehicle. I've used it throughout my life many times, especially in businesses. A vehicle, right? The vehicle moves it. The vehicle is the structure. It is a structure of containment that moves that which is inside from one place to another, or an experience, right? So embodying your spiritual gifts in a tangible form that becomes a vehicle for the expression of it, reaching that destination of, oh yeah, I'm here, I got it, yes, I see it, I feel it, I taste it, I touch it. So you can lie down or sit where you are with your palms facing up, right? Palms up. I can do it right here. So let's visualize a golden light entering through the top of your head, through your crown chakra, and flowing gently down like a waterfall down your spine, grounding all the way down into the earth. It goes. Again, visualize a golden light entering the top of your head, your crown, and flowing down like a waterfall, down, down, down your spine, grounding into the earth that you stand upon, sit upon, lie upon, feeling your body as a sacred vessel capable of manifesting your highest truth. Feeling your body as a sacred vessel, like a container, right? The vehicle capable of manifesting your highest truth, because you are your infinite divine being. The only reason you think you can't is because it has been taught to you, drilled into you, whatever, through time, through history, through experiences, through paradigms, through authority. Who needs it? You are infinite divine being. You are forever. You affirm, I am a sacred vehicle. I embody my spiritual gifts in service to the field, to the whole, to all that is, to infinite divine creator, creatrix, to humanity, to Gaia, to all that is. I am a sacred vehicle, vessel. I embody my spiritual gifts in service to the field. It is so. And so it is. So you might ask yourself, why does this work? This resonance astrology. This is resonance astrology. Feeling it. Not just a mind, oh yeah, I know what the archetype is. I know how many degrees it is here, there, what its placement is. That's all mind, mental. No, this is the resonance astrology is about experiencing the vibration of it. Saturn, which is Capricorn's ruler, represents both the karmic debt and the structure of the ego. This full moon in Capricorn amplifies the architect or the builder's function that is within you to stabilize, to build and dismantle what no longer serves you. If it doesn't serve you, it does not serve humanity. If it doesn't serve you, it does not serve Gaia, Earth. If it doesn't serve you, it does not serve your soul. It does not serve your higher self. It does not serve source, monad. The moon acts as a mirror that reflects Saturn's influence. Right? You know what a mirror does? You look in a mirror, you see your face. You turn it the other way when it reflects out, allowing you to see what needs to be released. Now, you want to know why you know what needs to be released when your mirror reflects out? Because other people show up in front of you with a mirror of who you are and what you're experiencing right in front of your face, right? Like, why did that happen? It's a mirror. You got to ask yourself, is it mine? What in me brought that? Do I have something that has brought that? Or is it ancestral? Where did it come from? Or maybe you just need to hold space for somebody else with love and integrity and patience. This is not about punishment. It's about refining your integrity through conscious letting go. Remember what I said? At the point of consciousness of that, I get it now. In that very second, millisecond, that moment, you have expanded out. You are no longer who you were a second ago because of that awareness. So let's speak this mantra to our, as you see it on the screen here, maybe if you're watching, this mantra of embodiment, speaking this softly to yourself while gazing into this beautiful sigil, so complex, allowing its energy to stabilize your field. You realize that these images hold the energetics of all that we've been talking about. They're not just a pretty picture. All right, let's go. Speaking this mantra, I am the architect of my destiny. I build with integrity. I love with coherence, and I embody my truth in sacred form. So be it. And it is so. This is, we come to the end of our ritual here. You may place your hands on the earth or your heart as you speak this. You can face your palms of your hands down, just face them down to the earth. Speaking this aloud or on your body. This spiral is sealed. This structure is stable. The heart is open. The will is aligned. I carry this truth into the world, not as a teacher, but as a mirror. May all who see me remember themselves. So it is. So I am. So it is. Breathe that in. Before we close, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. The moon reminds us that transformation doesn't happen in a single evening or day or moment. It happens by choice, by one breath, by one act of coherence or balance, alignment, integrity at a time. If today's reflection, if this ritual has stirred something within you, first of all, share it. But if you know that you're standing at an important threshold and you'd appreciate someone to walk beside you, I would be honored to support you. My work brings together practical coaching, stress resilience, archetypal awareness and the wisdom of the natural cycles to help people reconnect with their own inner coherence. If you'd like to explore that together, I offer a complimentary 10-minute clarity conversation where we might simply meet and talk and discover what your next step might be. There's no pressure, only a conversation. So you'll find the link below in this video in the description. And if this ritual supported you today, I invite you to subscribe and join our growing community in return for each new moon, full moon, solstice, equinox, future episodes of The Unfolding Voice. Until we meet again, build with integrity, love with coherence, and remember, the strongest structure you will ever build is yourself. It is so. And so it is. There we have it. I honor you.